Hi kids, we are so excited to celebrate our first PBIS Good Citizens of the Month for the school year. We are going to start with our new kindergarten students. In Mrs. Burton's class, Evelyn Humphrey and William Lyman. In Mrs. Damiano's class, Presley Traskus and Remy Bryan. In Miss DeMarco's class, John Kennefic and Anna Brackett. In Mrs. Colston's class, Evelyn Bailey and Beck Rodriguez. In Mrs. Pierce's class, James Greep and Aria Kehoe. In Mrs. Walsh's class, Alexa Smith and Carter Gallup. Way to go, kindergarten students! And now it's time to recognize our first grade students. In Mrs. Gelcher's class, Violet Paquette and Lucas Gunning. In Mrs. Huggins' class, Elizabeth Machtel and Michaela Benway. In Mrs. Perry's class, Colby Hartman and Dahlia Ali. In Mrs. Ramsdell's class, Royce McNeil and Cecilia Chris. In Mrs. Spore's class, Tristan Richardson and Gavin Collins. And in Mrs. Williams' class, Amalia Reeves and Charles Garrett. Nice job, first graders! And now it's time for our second graders. In Mrs. Ballantyne's class, Bo Bishop and Carol Oliveri. In Mrs. Fontaine's class, Dominic Cardillo and Brooke Whitman. In Mrs. Fulmer's class, Reed Berry and Sophia Navarro. In Mrs. Hladek's class, Kendall Reavers and Remy Harris. And in Miss Vandewater's class, Caitlin Kudimo and Elliot Bryn. Great job, second graders!
Hi, Dorothy Nolan. It's Miss Jablonski. I'm really excited to be here celebrating our good citizens in grades 3 through 5. Up first is Hadley Keller and Brendan Cannon from Mrs. Cloutier's, Deacon Davis and Hannah Senecal from Mrs. Hughes, Phoebe Lewis and Nolan Ramondo from Mrs. Merrill's, Finley Collins and Bryce Donnellan from Mrs. Somoza's, Cheyenne Mead and Annalise DeStefanis from Mrs. Annetti's. Now in 4th grade, I'm happy to celebrate Gavin Rosinski and Julia Mongan from Mrs. Bodenweiser's, Joey Tremarky and Hadley Meyer from Mr. Ditzel's, Parker Mink and Piper Barton from Mrs. Holtz, Alexander Adcock and Skylar Deween from Mr. Humphreys, and Ariana McNeil and Penny Machtel from Mrs. Worston's. And our new 5th grade role models as good citizens are Michael Perillo and Estella Petrick from Mrs. Zachtella's class, Olivia Leviza and Silas Smith from Mrs. Doors, Ashton Eshew and Lily Klippel from Mrs. Goslin's, Anthony Reeves and Rylan Keller from Mrs. Knight's room, and Ben Tureen and Maya Smemo from Mrs. Usher's. Great job, good citizens. We look forward to celebrating next month.